In 2009, the California legislature mandated that the Lanterman Developmental Center had to be closed. At the time, SCLARC had 38 consumers that were residents there. It was our job as a team, which consisted of staff, vendors, consultants, of course our families, and our consumers who were residents, to collaboratively place them into SCLARC's catchment. The project took 4 years.
There's always a concern going from one environment to the next, and the transition went very well.
They did well at the developmental center, but they're doing much better here. Service of care here is higher, it's more intensive, and consumers that we didn't believe had much reaction to things are all of a sudden doing, little things like talking, that we didn't know that they could talk, making choices in their day-to-day environment, bonding with the staff and their peers.
I would feel proud to have anyone that I loved in residential care reside in the homes that we've created.
We also added another 4 homes to accommodate the consumers.
This house was refabricated. They made it to accommodate any emergency that could come up. This home has a generator provided for the backup, in case we lose electricity, there's an earthquake. It can go 3 days until, emergency care can get here.
The best projects that I've worked on in the 13 years I've been at SCLARC, because it was a heartfelt family movement. We could not have done this without our families' total buy-in to this project.
Well, there was a lot of fear from the families because all of a sudden they received a letter saying that Latterman was going to close. There was also a lot of fear from the staff that could we provide the right care in the community, and the families kind of echoed that.
We were reluctant on moving, because that seemed to have been a positive place for her. Her biggest fear was that she would not be successful because she had been in homes in the community previous, and she didn't last very long. Maybe a week or 2 there, and they basically would call me for her to go because they couldn't handle her.
When a family member is not on board, it's a very difficult task. But when they are on board, they are your biggest assets to the success of these consumers and into a good transition into the community.
The families are much happier to visit our facilities. They're in neighborhoods that they like, and they're closer to their homes. They can drop in anytime, and they know that it's a 24-hour-a-day open door policy.
Well, the impact has been that they took the time and tried to make sure that I was comfortable, as well as Angela, to make sure that the community was more positive too.
Well, it definitely took a village to make this project a reality.
Staffing is number one. We have to have high caliber licensed professionals, and also the training is tremendous.
It was really emphasized from the outset how important it was to have very direct quality control for one-to-one staff.
Once you have that perfect match, then it's, you saw Lubick, then it works.
The reason we're here today is that we wanted to celebrate a 4-year process with an amazing team of professionals and families working collaboratively to make sure our consumers are fully included in the homes of their choice. All families want for their loved ones to be considered as people first, to have dignity, to be loved, to be fully included, and to be a part of the communities in which they live.
The consumers have a variety of activities that they provide in the home, from bingo to karaoke to sensory stimulation. They also take walks in the community, and as their health stabilizes, we'll be doing more activities, such as going to concerts or the local theme parks and things like that.
Unlike where they were, this is a very personal environment. You could see the trees outside, you could see the roses outside, and you could do whatever you want.
You can't help but love these consumers. They become part of your family and your children, and to see them change and become better, happier people, it's just like you would with your own kids.
You pretty much don't see their disability anymore when you have that kind of rapport with them.
Your rewards, you see after the last one's gone, and you can say, we're done. But then you see, wow, this is really worth it because these guys are so happy.
I'm so honored to be part of this project because a lot of times as social workers, we start as social workers and you want to do something good, but you end up in the case management and you forget about everything else and you don't end up, there's no end result. With this project, you actually see an end result.
The takeaways from this project for the SCLARC team, though, is this, that it serves as a model for collaboration with families. I think it's demonstrated beautifully by the outcome where we have happy consumers and we have happy families. And at the end of the day, that's what we all wanted.